I know this sounds ridiculous, but do you know the fastest way to get dementia? Believe it or not, millions of seniors are already on the fast track without even working hard on it. Scientists have identified over 100 daily habits that quietly destroy brain cells, but today I've narrowed it down to 10, just for you. In fact, it's much easier to get dementia than to prevent it. Want to speed up brain deterioration? Just keep doing these things. And I bet most of you are already doing at least one, maybe even 3 or everything on this list, every day. But if you're someone who never wants dementia in the near future, I suggest you stop these habits immediately. Yes, do the opposite so that you won't get it, or at least you can slow down. Are you ready? Number 10, avoid exercise. Many studies show that people who never exercise have a 30% higher risk of developing dementia. Exercise isn't just about blood flow, it actually promotes new brain cell growth. Even light physical activity, like walking, has been shown to increase brain volume and improve memory. So avoid all forms of exercise. Let your muscles weaken, let your heart struggle to pump blood, and let your brain shrink from inactivity. Never challenge your body, never push your limits, and never break a sweat. It's an easy way to let your brain weaken, shrink, and deteriorate. And the best part? This doesn't just impact memory. It also increases the risk of stroke, heart disease, and insulin resistance, all of which accelerate brain deterioration. Number 9, never get enough sleep. The brain clears out toxic waste during deep sleep, but when you skip it, those toxins build up, literally choking your neurons to death. A groundbreaking 2021 study found that just one night of sleep deprivation increases beta amyloid levels by 5%, the same toxic protein that destroys the brains of dementia patients. The longer you neglect sleep, the more your hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory, shrinks. Forgetting things, losing focus, and struggling to process new information, that's the sign of your brain breaking down, piece by piece. So just keep scrolling on your phone late at night, drinking caffeine in the evening, and convincing yourself, I'll catch up on sleep later. Number 8, eat more sugar. Nothing fuels brain shrinkage quite like sugar. The more you consume, the more you trigger insulin resistance, inflammation, and rapid neuron death. A 2018 study found that people who drink just one sugary beverage per day have a 47% higher risk of developing Alzheimer's. And don't forget about white bread, pasta, and even fruit juices spike blood sugar just as much. Over time, excess sugar kills off brain cells, weakens memory, and reduces cognitive function. So go ahead. Load up on sodas, processed snacks, and anything packed with refined carbs. You'll be well on your way. Number 7, stay stressed out. Stress doesn't just wear you out, it's literally eating away at your brain. When you're constantly stressed, your body floods with cortisol, a hormone that damages the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for memory, problem-solving, and emotional control. A breakthrough 2018 study found that people with high cortisol levels had smaller brain volumes years before dementia symptoms even started. Stay overwhelmed, never take breaks, and push yourself to exhaustion daily. Ignore relaxation techniques, deep breathing, or anything that helps you unwind. Just keep piling on the stress and let your brain deteriorate at record speed. Number 6, sit and lie all day. Your brain depends on constant movement to pump oxygen and nutrient-rich blood through the body, keeping neurons strong. A major 2023 study found that people who remain sedentary for over 8 hours a day have a 50% higher risk of cognitive decline. When you spend most of your day sitting or lying down, lack of movement reduces blood flow to the brain, increases inflammation, and weakens the connections between neurons. Over time, this can lead to slower thinking, memory loss, and even structural brain shrinkage. Sitting all day at your desk, lying in bed all day doing absolutely nothing, that should do the trick. Number 5, fill your diet with ultra-processed foods. These meals are packed with preservatives, seed oils, and artificial additives that trigger chronic brain inflammation and neuron death. A 2022 study found that people who get more than 20% of their daily calories from ultra-processed foods experience 25% faster cognitive decline. So stick to frozen meals, packaged snacks, and anything from a drive-thru. And for an even bigger brain-destroying effect, skip the fresh vegetables, avoid fatty fish rich in omega-3s, and make sure you're getting plenty of sugary drinks. Most people think of dementia as simple forgetfulness, struggling to recall names, or losing track of conversations. But what they don't realize is that dementia is a fatal disease that shuts down the brain, piece by piece. Alzheimer's alone is now the 6th leading cause of death in the US, killing over 120,000 people every year. Once dementia reaches its later stages, the brain loses its ability to control basic functions like swallowing, breathing, and regulating body temperature. That's why 93% of late-stage dementia patients don't survive beyond 5 years. By 2050, dementia cases will triple to over 170 million worldwide. The worst part? Half of all cases go undiagnosed until it's too late. So if you think dementia is just about losing your memory, think again. This disease is deadly. And if you're unknowingly doing the things on this list, you're pushing yourself closer to it every single day. Number 4, stay dehydrated. Barely drink water. It's the easy way to slowly shrink your brain, weaken memory, and accelerate cognitive decline. Chronically low hydration levels have been linked to faster brain shrinkage and a significantly higher risk of dementia. Here is why. The brain is made up of 75% water, and every cell inside it needs hydration to function properly. When you don't drink enough water, neurons struggle to send signals, brain tissue loses volume, and toxic waste builds up, leading to inflammation and cell death. And here's where it gets even worse. Dehydration thickens your blood, making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your brain. Over time, this lack of circulation can lead to mini-strokes, brain fog, and irreversible damage to cognitive function. Got it? So skip drinking water, rely on coffee and soda instead, and wait until you're extremely thirsty. Before even thinking about hydrating, your neurons will start dying off in no time. Number 3, breathe in polluted air. A 2022 study found that people exposed to high levels of air pollution had faster cognitive decline and a 40% higher risk of developing Alzheimer's. But how does this happen? Fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, in polluted air penetrates deep into the bloodstream and crosses the blood-brain barrier, causing widespread brain inflammation. Over time, this leads to brain cell death, shrinkage in memory-related areas, and a higher buildup of toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's. And the best part is that you don't even need to live in a big city to experience the effects. Indoor air pollution, from cleaning chemicals, air fresheners, and cooking fumes, can be just as harmful, silently degrading brain function over time. Number 2, drink alcohol every day. A major 2023 study analyzing over 36,000 brain scans found that just 1 drink per day was enough to accelerate brain shrinkage and a higher risk of cognitive decline. The more alcohol consumed, the worse the damage. Here's what happens. Alcohol weakens neuron connections, making it harder to retain information and process new memories. Over time, it shrinks the prefrontal cortex, impairing decision-making, emotional control, and problem-solving. That's why heavy drinkers often experience mood swings, impulsivity, and early cognitive decline. Alcohol also blocks the brain's ability to flush out toxins, leading to a buildup of beta amyloid, the same proteins that choke neurons in Alzheimer's. So go ahead, make drinking a daily habit. Number 1, isolate yourself. Loneliness isn't just an emotional issue. It's one of the strongest predictors of dementia. Many studies confirm that people who are socially isolated have a 50% higher risk of cognitive decline. Without regular social interaction, the brain starts losing its ability to process emotions, solve problems, and retain memories. And it gets worse. Loneliness triggers chronic stress and inflammation, which shrink the brain and kill neurons faster. Studies show isolated individuals have higher cortisol, weaker immunity, and a greater risk of depression, all of which speed up dementia. So spend as much time alone as possible instead of interacting with others. Your brain will start deteriorating faster than you think. Dementia doesn't happen overnight. It builds over decades, silently destroying brain cells until the damage is impossible to ignore. But you always have a choice. If you don't want dementia in the coming years, now is the time to start reversing these habits before it's too late. So, how many of these habits are you guilty of?
And there you have it. What are your thoughts? Next, dive into this video for more essential tips to transform your health and help you thrive. You're going to love it. Thanks for watching Healthy End, and we'll see you there.